Division rivalry that has lasted since season one. Joining me today in the booth is none other than my colleague, the voice of the QRLS K1 Killer. And K1, we have had an amazing week one up to this point.
Amazing is an understatement, my friend. It has been barn burner after barn burner. There is not a farm in sight. They have been decimated, scorched earth, and we are only in week one. I am breathless already. I cannot wait for the rest of the season. I can't begin to describe just how giddy I am.
No question about it. And some new developments coming in very, very close to this match's start time. We see a substitution, the first sub of the league. Avoidable Clown will be taking the place of Xknight here for the Headhunter squad. And, K1, you and I, both former captains in this league, you are still a player in this league. You know how much different these matches can be, good or bad, with a substitution on both sides.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think a substitution this early on is so difficult to kind of bounce back from, especially with the headhunters. And they've had some, they've had some inner, I don't want to use the word drama, but they've definitely had some inner, team issues with Xknight and trying to get the scheduling and whatnot. At least that's how the rumors go. So the biggest thing with any of these, and especially with the MMR cap, being able to have good team camaraderie is so important. Even in the power ranking, Xknight was the X factor pretty much unanimously across the board for the Headhunters. To not have him on the field week one, to really start getting that chemistry, to really start getting into, falling into your own flow is going to be very difficult for the Headhunters. And, it'd be one thing if they're going up against what I would consider an easy team or something along those lines. But not only does not an easy win exist anymore in this league, they're going up against the Hammerheads, the defending champions. So if there's a night to be down a man, this is not that night.
No question about it. And on the side of the Hammerheads, do you think that there might be a little uncertainty there, as they might have been game planning for Xknight, as you mentioned, who to this point has been considered the X factor for the Headhunters? And do you think that might kind of show up as an element of surprise, at least in the early goings?
Potentially, but it'd be one thing if if Xknight was being replaced with somebody of comparable levels, and nothing against Avoidable Clown. I've played with him and he's definitely very skilled. But when you have Xknight, who was an all-star in his rookie year and looked at as one of the best goal scorers in the QRLS in just his short, I believe 7-week stint in the QRLS, he's not easy shoes to fill whatsoever. And if I know the Hammerheads the way I know Billy Bob at least and Bearded 4L, they have their play style. They're pretty set and they're ready to play against any team that's gonna take the field against them. So Xknight not being on the field is not going to be a detriment to them. I do not believe.
Yeah, and I'm glad you mentioned the rookie season of Xknight, because that was honestly a very good debut for a player. And obviously, Avoidable Clown is also a rookie this season as well. This will be his debut in the QRLS, so a lot to prove here on both ends of the field here tonight in this star-studded calculated division matchup. As you mentioned, the Hammerheads are the defending QRLS champions after their absolutely monster season they had last season, finishing the season 29-1 in the regular season and winning the QRLS Cup, becoming the third different franchise to do so. Now, K1, that leads me to my next question. With this MMR cap, obviously things are a lot tighter here, a lot closer, tight knit, and we saw two rookies on the Wednesday night triple header really show out. And I just want to bring that to the attention of Toaster and Avoidable Clown, who Toaster, not really a rookie anymore, however, was only in the QRLS as a captain for the latter part of season 3. Do you think they still might have a little nerves left in them, especially going up against this titan of a franchise?
Yeah, I think nerves, the butterflies at the very least, going into game one, week one of a new season. There's a lot of expectations. All the eyes right now are looking at Toaster, who's a young captain, who's put together what I consider to be one of the best teams between Toaster, Squid, and Xknight in the league on paper. And that's the key word there I want to bring in. On paper. We could talk all day, and we did our power rankings, and we've named names, and we expect players to perform the way they do, but there's so much to that we just can't predict. How are the nerves going to be? How are they going to react when they're in uncomfortable situations, especially going up against a solid players such as Billy Bob, who's more than proven himself to be most likely the best player in the QRLS, unless somebody starts to change my mind. And Will Six's performance last night was a good step in that direction, I'll be honest. But Will Six isn't on this Headhunter squad right now. They don't have that rock to depend on. Squiddy D has improved a lot, but there's inconsistencies in his play style as well, here and there. And with this team being such a budding team, there is a lot of expectations on these guys. They're what I would consider to be a hit or miss. They could be easily the best team in the league because I think they're the most well-rounded across the three of them. But on the same note, if they're not able to link up, and with Xknight not being a factor now, it's going to be very difficult for them to link up the way that they are. It's going to be, I think it's good. They're going to have some difficulty, keeping it all together. But hey, I could very much be proven wrong. But I got to say, when you're facing a team with Billy Bob on the other side, you have to play near perfect.
What do you think the over-under is tonight in terms of predictions for the match? 3-game series, the defending champions and defending MVP against a team with their new sub.
Yeah, if I'm totally honest, if I was a betting man, I would predict the Hammerhead sweep. I think the Hammerheads are going to continue their legacy of just bringing broom after broom, and I think they pull a sweep out. I would love to see, and I rated the Headhunters very highly in my power rating, and I still stand by that. But with Xknight not being a factor, and him being what I would predict to be their best goal scorer, it's going to put a lot of pressure on the sub they have now, Toaster and Squid, to make up for, it's not uncommon to see Xknight put up 10 goals in a night. That's a lot to be able to try to make up for that. They're going to have to band together. Big shoes to fill, as I mentioned before. So they might be able to. I'm not saying they can't. I just don't think it's probable. And as I said, if I'm a betting man, I'm going with the more sure shot, and that is the well-proven bearded 4L Billy Bob, and their addition of Robbie Riddlehoove, who I'm very excited to see take the field tonight.
You mentioned the sweep possibility here tonight by the Hammerheads. They are the all-time franchise leader in sweeps at 15 total sweeps in franchise history, the most in the QRLS. And also the head-to-head record for these two squads is the Hammerheads have the advantage, 11 wins to 4 against the Headhunters all time. So definitely a lot on the line here for the Headhunters in terms of trying to crawl out of this sort of shark-infested water, if you will, K1.
Oh, absolutely. I think Shark Week is going to be in tonight for sure. I think the Hammerheads are going to jump in and really quickly show that they haven't missed a beat from last season, and they're still the team to beat this season.
Now, with the new captainship of the Headhunters in Toaster, I want to talk a little bit about him because he really is taking big strides to try and turn this franchise around. You saw the rebrand, the new crisp logo, and as you mentioned, he's really built a very well-rounded roster.
Oh yeah, I mentioned it before. All eyes are on Toaster, but I don't think that's a bad thing. I think Toaster's really, I don't want to say enjoyed the spotlight, but he's done a lot with it. It's hard to say he hasn't. He's built what I think to be the most well-rounded team. Did fantastic in the draft. If I had to pick a draft winner, I think he'd easily be, top one or two in my opinion. Did fantastic in the draft, positioned himself very well. I love the rebrand. I think it's very, very clean. I love the color scheme. And and this is just him as a captain. We haven't even gotten into the fact that he's, in my opinion, one of the most consistent players in the league as well. And I think he's going to be a rock for his team. I think he's going to be very akin to Masamoon being on the Bleacher Boys, where he's just such a reliable man who, worst case scenario, the team's on transition. Toaster's back. Somehow, some way, he's back and he's in a good defensive position. And he's just always there. Fantastic on defense, and that allows his team to be able to push very aggressive transitional offense. If they're able to lock in on that tonight, Bearded 4L is definitely going to have his work cut out for him in the in the net.
Yeah, no question. And Bearded 4L, as you mentioned, in the net always. He is the all-time QRLS leader in saves. And this kind of has almost taken his name as the all-time leader of saves. That's obviously the first thing anybody thinks about nowadays after the season he had last season. However, this guy has a aggressive offense that a lot of people might be surprised about tonight here, K1, because this is, quite frankly, the best supporting cast he might have ever had.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I think Bearded 4L has done a great job in his lengthy career here in the QRLS, to always put a very good team around him on paper. I mentioned that before, and I'm saying that again. On paper, he's always put together a very solid squad around him, but the results were just never there. Billy Bob, I mean, as proven of, I mean, he's the next closest thing to guaranteed results that you can get in Billy Bob there. So absolute rock solid goal scorer there, and Robbie Riddle, who can, I think, absolutely pop off at any given time, given that the Robbie Fi, as I talked about it in the power rankings, is his Wi-Fi is helping him out there, and I believe rumors have it Robbie's updated the internet, so I think we got a whole new Robbie. And I agree with you 100%. Bearded 4L has a championship squad surrounding him, without a doubt. I think this is a championship level caliber team, and Bearded 4L is going to be a big part of that. Every save might as well count as a goal, and Bearded 4L has the most of those. So I can't wait to see how he flourishes with the team that he has around him.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are T-minus 2 minutes until kickoff time. We're waiting for cars and players to show up here to Champions Field tonight. It is a beautiful Friday night, and we cannot thank enough of you for showing up here tonight to watch this beautiful stream. Right now, I see 21 viewers in the stream right now, and that is awesome. We love the support wholeheartedly from the bottom of all our hearts here at the QRLS. Thank you for all of the support, and please continue to keep it quick. K1, you predicted a 3-0 sweep by the Hammerheads. I'm going to have a little optimism tonight. I do think the Headhunters are going to squeeze a win out here, and the Hammerheads are going to win the series 2-1 for the sake of being different.
The sake of being different. Well, I think it's possible. I'm not saying it's impossible. I'm just, if I had to put money on it, I think it's a Hammerhead sweep. That's what I'm going for. That's where my money's at. And yeah, absolutely. I can't wait to get this in. And shout out to everybody in the chat. It's been blowing up. I've just been reading through as we're talking, and it's so much fun to see everybody in here having a good time. As it looks like people are starting to join in, so I will go ahead and transition us over to the match main screen so we get ready to go live here with kickoff. Yeah, I can't wait for this. It's going to be. Apologize there. Looks like might have a mic issue here. Jake, can I get a mic check real quick?
Mic check, mic check.
There he is. Wow, ladies and gentlemen. Just when you thought you lost Jake, he's back and louder than ever. Fantastic. But yeah, no, I think these are going to be some great games coming in to tonight. Regardless of the results, it's going to be very close games. I can guarantee that much. And what I'm most excited about, as always, is the highlights that we get to put together here, especially with this game of the week that we're presenting. And I got to talk about really quickly before we get these guys in. It's going to be, Will Six's performance on Wednesday was top notch. It's going to be very difficult to see if Billy Bob might be able to beat him out or snub him out for Player of the Week, because I know Billy Bob has pretty much held that crown for a long time standing, almost every week. So I know he's going to be bucking to get that one back, Player of the Week for the calculated division.
Yeah, Billy Bob last season broke the record for most Player of the Week awards won in a single season, winning 7 calculated Division Player of the Weeks last season as a rookie. The all-time leader in Player of the Weeks won is Blubbernut, who leads that charge with 10 going into Week 1 this season. So a lot of accolades, a lot of stats, a lot of numbers here in the QRLS, and we keep track of every single one of them for all the fans, all of the players, and all of the admins' viewing pleasure. So obviously, if anybody wants any sort of stats, any knowledge, any history book looking, just go ahead, make sure you go to that Discord page and go to the stats and standings sheet linked in the Discord and go have a fun time. K1, we have players starting to hit this lobby here, and I think we're getting ready to gear up.
Oh, yeah, the Champions Field looking beautiful as ever, as we saw in the prelude B-roll action clip of Champions Field earlier today after we got it all cleaned up from Wednesday's matchups back and forth. Triple header. Got it nice, cleaned up. Crowd all here, live, eggs bouncing in their stands, flags flaring, boost pumped, players on the field. It sounds like we're about to get a kickoff bucket.
No doubt about it. Game 1 of the 3-game series here in primetime action of the QRLS. We have Toaster and Bearded 4L opposite each other here, ready for the kickoff. And ladies and gentlemen, the last match of Week 1 is underway. Nice face-off here. Billy Bob beats out Toaster, but Squid shot on net. Early goal here, K1.
And the early goal coming in quick. I talked about the nerves. No better way to settle the nerves than with a quick cheat up, flick over Robbie there. Robbie diving in, just unable to catch up to Squid. What a play, what speed. Now that's how you enter the season.
Very, very quick goal here. 3 seconds in, another kill at the mid. This time, advantage goes Hammerheads. Nobody's back except Clown, and the rookie, the sub, gets the save and now centers it up at mid.
And a great face-off back and forth. Good job from Billy Bob to try to get that, take control, and even better job by the defense to clear that away. Now we have a volley. Now we have some Rocket League really happening.
Quiddy D with great offensive challenge right there on Billy Bob, but Billy Bob is getting Corral back with the ball. Nice little poke up to the backboard there. Possible shot by Bearded. No one home on the great defense there by Squid. And the ball has been very high this whole time so far, K1.
Absolutely, and in the air, I would give advantage to the Hammerheads, but it's really looked like the Headhunters have been hunting goals. My goodness, what a shot. Toaster flying across the field off a fantastic pass from Squid. What an angle and what a shot.
What a great angle indeed as we see that nice little axis on Toaster's car, giving the Headhunters a 2-goal advantage here on the defending champion Hammerheads with just over 4 minutes remaining in this matchup. Still plenty of time here, ladies and gentlemen, for either of these teams to put some more goals up on the board. Beautiful demo by Billy Bob, and now the ball's going the other way into the corner. Toaster with the clear.
Toaster with a very convenient spawn there. Made sure to get that ball immediately, clear it away. Now pushing the offense, what was a very risky situation, turned back into a positive for the Headhunters, and I am immediately eating my words. These guys are playing phenomenally right now.
Billy Bob up in the air. Great defense by Squiddy D, who has challenged Billy Bob all night so far to this point on these aerial shots, K1.
You're exactly right. And another one. Toaster burning the offense. Toasted them absolutely. Nice control. Quick to the air. Pops it over the defender. Bearded 4L unable to reach it. Robbie flipping desperately, but to no avail. That is a 3-goal lead with 3 minutes 27 left on the clock.
I want to point out Squid, instead of trying to go quote-unquote steal the goal there, he actually went for the bump, almost the screenplay to prevent Robbie from getting there. Not sure if there was any contact, but you got to respect the team play there by Squid on that nice shot by Toaster. Billy Bob looking for the flick, nobody home as Toaster tries to get the clear. Avoidable Clown can't quite get there, but Toaster now over Bearded. Just barely gets the touch and clears it out of harm's way.
And Bearded making sure to add that extra layer of paint to his car. It is regulation, totally fine to do, and it allowed him to get that clear just barely. Let's talk a second about the transitions and the ability that Toaster and Squid have to find each other on this field. They have yet to give up any form of possession and have had full control between just the two of them. An Avoidable Clown rotating perfect around them to everybody's surprise. I mean, this is just perfectly executed Rocket League right now.
Nice clear here by the Headhunters as Bearded 4L corrals it at the mid. Avoidable Cloud looking for a shot. Textbook save by last season's MVP. Toaster, beautiful save at the top corner. Almost bounced right in, and Squiddy D now with the save on the banger. This is now a little bit of offense we haven't seen. Beautiful demo by Avoidable Clown. And now Robbie coming on the offensive. And these teams are both now putting on the pressure, K1.
You're exactly right. Another shot coming from Toaster gives him a 4-goal lead already, and I believe this gives Toaster the hat trick, if I'm not incorrect.
The hat trick indeed, K1. The second hat trick we've seen here in week 1. The only other one being credited to Throttle Dog of Clarity United on Wednesday night in that triple header. So an awesome showing here by Toaster to start season 4.
And Toaster, I said it before, I mean, this is one of the most consistent, solid players in the QRLS, excuse me, and with Squiddy on his side, Squid, who's been one of the more improved players, in my opinion, over the past few seasons, as just showing up in full all right now. We thought there might be some nerves. How wrong were we?
No question about it. These guys came out of the cannons firing hard, and we see a 4-goal deficit on the defending champions with a minute 30 remaining in this ball game. But the good thing is, K1, if you are on the Hammerheads, this is a 3-game series, and game 1 does not mean it's over yet.
Absolutely not. When you have Billy Bob, excuse me, on the other team, it's, you know, I get that there's a 4-goal lead with only a minute left. I don't think they're safe. I've seen this man score time and time again. We've seen him be very patient, allow a team to take a lead. Once he figures out how to dissect them, will go in surgically and score time and time again. But if they're going to start doing that, they need to start doing that now, because 60 seconds left against a defense like this is not going to be an easy thing to overcome. Certainly not with shots like that. What a save from Robbie.
45 seconds remain here in game number 1 of this 3-game series, and the Hammerheads honestly have been stunned here by the sub-wielding Headhunters today. And as I mentioned, this is only game 1 of a 3-game series, and this Hammerhead squad must think they need to do some readjusting here, game 1, going into games 2 and 3, because the offensive flurry we saw as we see a late goal by last season's MVP, Billy Bob.
And Billy Bob won't go a game without getting a goal. He's going to score, but they have done a phenomenal job, the Headhunters, at shutting him down in every way they can. You mentioned it earlier, a lot of that coming on the back of Squiddy, who's been quick to challenge any time Billy Bob has possession. That was one time they caught Squid a little bit out of boost and a bit far back. Billy Bob was able to capitalize to get that goal. But that's been about it. That's the only opportunity he's really seen so far. Good job for him to execute.
And we see the clock ticking down as the Headhunters take game 1 here, 4-1 against the Hammerheads. And ladies and gentlemen, that was honestly an offensive flurry we did not really expect here. However, nonetheless, we see the hat trick from the captain Toaster, and we see a very efficient game by Squiddy as well with the very packed stat line. K1, what do you think the Hammerheads have to do here to adjust?
Score. They have to figure out a way to break past this defense. Squiddy and Toaster combining to absolutely shut down any offense the Hammerheads might have had. And Avoidable Clown doing a great job rotating around his teammates. They have a fantastic camaraderie between the two of them. And Avoidable Clown doing what he needs to do to make sure his team stays in position in order to keep this pressure, and they absolutely have. So Billy Bob's going to have to get with his team here and really find a way to work a bit better together. It looks like there's a lot of solo plays versus a team that is absolutely firing on all cylinders and communicating and flowing perfectly, like watching art in motion, watching Toaster and Squid rotate with each other.
And honestly, we will see how it works out here in Game 2. These games are back to back to back, ladies and gentlemen. So we are going to get right back into the action here as soon as these guys load in to this lobby. And this is honestly already such an amazing matchup, K1, despite all of the predictions we saw in the chat.
Yeah, talk about talk about turning heads and absolutely throwing every opinion out the window. And that's what I love to see, and that's really what I love about Toaster and Squid. The two of them, I've just known them long enough now that you could say anything and everything in the world to these guys, and it doesn't matter. They're going to go out there, they're going to play the best they can, and right now the best they can is very, very good.
Game 2 underway now. We see some more offense here by the Headhunters. Toaster in the corner, looking for a center. Bounces it over. Bearded 4-0. Off the near post to Squiddy D. Couldn't quite squeeze it in. The best defender in the league, K1, is that goalpost.
You're exactly right. A good old dent there from Squiddy's shot. And it looks like it was a tough shot, and good job from the defending Hammerheads to really make sure he had such a small angle to shoot for. Very difficult to find a slot there.
What a save by Billy Bob and a demo by Robbie to prevent a possible double tap by Toaster there on the really tough shot at the mid. And now Toaster still tough angle. What a shot opportunity, but Billy Bob with the clear. Squiddy now floats it up. What a great job by Robbie to keep that one out of net's reach. And now we see another recollection by the Headhunters. Beautiful demo and net by Squiddy D. And this is Rocket League, ladies and gentlemen.
And we can talk about really quickly the transition we've seen from one game to another from the Hammerheads. They were very spaced out before, now playing very conservative on their back end, battling off a lot of pressure early on, able to transition now, forcing the opposition on the back foot and capitalizing his Billy Bob off a great pass from Robbie there. Fantastic adjustment by them to get this goal.
No doubt about it, and now we see the first Hammerheads lead of the night. 1-goal lead here with 3:42 remaining for the defending champion Hammerheads. However, this offensive back and forth by both of these squads has honestly been so fast-paced. I would not be surprised if we see another 3 goals before we see 3 minutes here, K1.
Yeah, you're exactly right. I've said it before, especially with playing against a Billy Bob. He's so quick to read his opposition, adjust accordingly, has so many different play styles. You never know which one to expect from him, and each one more deadly than the next. It's like he just keeps powering up and finding an extra form. He's like Goku out there.
We see a big floater. Toaster's up for it. Gets the touch, but nice textbook save by Billy Bob. This one might float in the corner. Squiddy puts it in with the capitalization.
Squiddy playing a little baseball out there. Nice little change up. Puts it off the corner. Very tough read. Easy shot. Ties the game. Squiddy is having fun right now. And I got to tell you, I'm having fun watching it.
Great job indeed by Squiddy, one of our booth mates, and we have a tie game with 3 minutes remaining here in game number 2. Headhunters looking to win the series early, Hammerheads looking to even the series up and try and force that game 3 opportunity. We see the Hammerheads on offense now. Billy Bob, nice 50 there. Can't quite get more boost to make something of it though, K1.
Good rotations there from the Headhunters to always have a man back. Avoidable Clown, not a lot of boost. What a big save he has there. And it looks like they're scrambled, but I don't know how they're pulling it off. They're so coordinated right now. Even when it seems like they're out of position, they all know what the other is doing and is able to make it work and get these saves.
Very impressive save indeed by the rookie, the sub-rookie, nonetheless. And now we are just about to hit the 2-minute mark here, and we see more offensive pressure by the Headhunters, and Avoidable Clown! The rookie scores on the pass by Toaster.
There it is, and what a pass by Toaster indeed. Reads the ball coming down, gets the pass. Oh, I thought he 50'd the opposition. It actually Squid passing down to Toaster, Toaster passing mid, Avoidable Clown putting in, tic-tac-toe, they have a lead.
2-1 lead here, 2 minutes and 10 seconds remaining, and the Headhunters are in familiar sights, trying to win this series. Bearded now on the wall, trying to collect that ball. This one might be on net. Textbook clear by Billy Bob in the corner as we see the ball floating up high. Toaster, another backboard pass. Squid AD puts one on, and it squeezes in.
Toaster is just phenomenal in the air right now. So quick, beating nearly everybody to the ball, getting the proper 50s, and Squid playing just close enough to make sure he's in a good position to score, but also able to get back in case Toaster misses. But Toaster hasn't missed, and neither has Squid. This is just phenomenal back and forth we're seeing between the two.
2-goal deficit is not impossible. However, it is getting tight on the ticker. 1:44 remaining. Bearded Pharrell, lazy floater, waterfall comes down, misses, and the rebound by Billy Bob.
Billy Bob showing why he is such a force to be reckoned with. Absolute stone. Very sturdy, as some might say. Able to put that one in there off a great pass from Robbie Riddle, whose Wi-Fi seems to be functioning perfectly tonight. And they're now within one.
A banger of a shot, 71 miles an hour, as we see a 1-goal deficit now. Hammerheads looking to tie this one up to try and even this series up 1-1 here, as we see the Headhunters keeping this ball offensively. And K1, I want to talk about clock management here. Is this something a lot of teams nowadays are focusing on, or are they just thinking we got to score and we got to score often?
I think it can vary between teams. It doesn't look like either of these teams have paying any attention to the clock, or seem to. They are both desperate to score, and as they should be. Hammerheads needing a goal to tie, and Headhunters knowing that 1-goal lead over the Hammerheads means nothing, especially no matter how much time you have left on the clock. We saw it yesterday. You can be up a goal with a second left, and they will tie. It can always happen. You need to constantly keep pressure up in order to keep your opposition down as best you can, and that clock is the enemy.
Billy Bob now, as we saw earlier, just got his first savior of the season. 34 seconds remain. We have enough time for 1 or 2 more chances offensively by the Hammerheads. Robbie's up, floats one down. Big clear by Toaster to put it into the offensive end. And this will reset the offensive pressure by the Hammerheads off the ceiling. Big follow-up by Clown off the top post. No!
Oh, this could be a big shot for Billy Bob. Toaster. Again, I mentioned it before. They all triple committed, it seemed like. Toaster somehow back to block the shot from Billy Bob, preventing the goal that would have tied the game, and now they're on offense. What play from Toaster?
Big opportunity here as the ball hits the ground, and the Headhunters will win their second game in a row, taking this series in the calculated division. And just like that, K1, we're on the brink of a Headhunters sweep.
And my prediction, obviously going in reverse, captains, if you need me to predict your team losing so that you can go and sweep, because apparently I have the bad curse, feel free to message me. I take donations.
Very, very great game by both sides here. K1, I want to point out the offense of the Hammerheads did look a lot better here in this second match.
Oh, absolutely. They were definitely hanging in there. The passing plays that we're seeing between these two, Toaster and Squiddy right now, are just phenomenal. 2 goals off 2 assists. 3 goals, off 2 assists. 1 save apiece, and look at all the shots they're putting on there. Keeping a lot of pressure, but even on the other side, you see very similar stats. The stark difference being, if you look at the Headhunters, all their scores are very comparable, whereas the Hammerheads, Billy Bob is doing a lot of the heavy lifting, and his teammates just aren't able to get involved the same way that the Headhunters seem to be, and I think that is the big difference right now, that full teamwork.
The Hammerheads not very used to historically getting swept. However, they are on the brink of this right now tonight. Game 3 of this 3-game matchup here to close out Season 4, Week 1, we see the Headhunters looking for another sweep to add to the history books for their team. This would be the 5th sweep in franchise history for this squad, and this would also tally their record to 7 wins against the Hammerheads if they were to execute this sweep tonight. Great face-off by Toaster here to kick off Game 3. Bearded Pharrell in the air. Great pass to mid to Billy Bob. What a touch there, K1.
Yeah, absolutely. And now they're immediately pushing the pressure, and they need to here. And Bearded 4L, we're hoping to see a bit more offense out of him right now. As another pass, crossfield, finds Toaster. Excuse me. Oh, my goodness. The coughing curse in the booth is real. Man, this one leaves me breathless. What a pass, and what a shot.
Great crossfield pass indeed by Squiddy, who has really been so efficient tonight. All over the field, offense, defense, you name it. And we see a 1-goal deficit early, courtesy of the Headhunters. And now we see Avoidable Clown very patiently. Toaster looking for the save. Great defense there to prevent Bearded Pharrell's banger. And now we see the transitional offense by the Headhunters. Toaster now very patiently corralling this ball in the corner. Back pass here to Avoidable Clown. Nobody home. Miscalculation. And Billy Bob gets the pinch. You can't give him that opportunity.
Very uncharacteristic mistake from Toaster there. I know that he didn't want to get that flick that powerful, and the bump from Billy Bob really threw it off. But you won't see that often from Toaster. Fantastic job from Billy Bob to execute on that. Billy Bob, you give him an opportunity, and he will execute.
Tie ball game here, 4:15 remaining in this last game of this matchup. What a save by Billy Bob on the really hard banger coming downhill by Squiddy D. And we see a nice little volley here at the mid between both teams. Billy Bob with the bicycle kick to corral it to Bearded Pharrell, his teammate. And Bearded Pharrell now, nice little pass out to Billy Bob. Great defense by Avoidable Clown. Nice bump there by Bearded Pharrell. Squiddy D now with the huge clear to transition that offense. Squiddy D takes it by himself coast to coast.
Squiddy D has been absolutely star-studded tonight. I truly believe that the squids being spammed in chat have truly powered this man up to skills beyond belief. Playing phenomenally tonight. I've said the word a lot. I can't stop saying it. It's just absolutely like watching art in motion. The man has tentacles to score anything.
Another quick shot there by Squiddy D, thwarted by the defense of Billy Bob. Billy Bob squeezes it by the defense and says we're not down and out yet here, K1.
Billy Bob, not used to losing and does not want to do it again. Aggressive as ever, putting this one in, doing it himself. Billy Bob tying the game 2-2, 3 minutes, 37 seconds.
This will be Billy Bob's first ever time having a losing record in a regular season of the QRLS. And to put that in perspective for you, he played 30 games last season and only lost 1 of them. So this is already more losses than he's accustomed to, as you mentioned, K1.
Exactly right, and you know there could be something here that we're not seeing if indeed Billy Bob. Oh, I thought we about saw a highlight there. But if the Headhunters are able to pull this sweep off, we will see both members of the championship team last season starting their season this season off with getting swept. Slurpy Snail getting swept by the Gold Diggers. Oh, ooh, it's in, Robbie. Big 50.
Nice little floater to the far corner and use that goal post for some help there, as we see the Hammerheads now take another lead here tonight, but still plenty of time left for this very speedy Headhunters team that we've seen all over the field tonight. We see the face-off now. K1, what are we going to see here? Now the Headhunters haven't been used to playing from behind tonight.
I expect to see them continuously playing with the consistency they have. They haven't changed their play style one bit. It's working so well right now. Toaster being very solid in the backfield, putting another shot on net. Pressure coming out and is very alive right now. I expect to see them come together, get a pass, try to tie this game up here and have enough time. They don't want to send this into overtime by any means. They need to win this. If they give Billy Bob the opportunity to be in overtime, I believe he comes out on top.
Great opportunity here by Billy Bob, looking for the pass. Good defense there by Squiddy D on the back end, trying to run it into the offensive zone. Nice redirect here. Robbie puts one on. Textbook save by Toaster. Bearded Pharrell hits the near post. Billy Bob, what a save by Avoidable Clown.
Avoidable Clown being everything the Headhunters need right now, playing so consistent, not doing anything more than he needs to, and doing everything he does need. I mean, absolutely perfect play from Avoidable Clown. You won't see this often with a sub. They clearly were able to get him on pace with the rest of their offense, as Bearded 4L, speaking of offense, comes alive.
Great pass here by Robbie to put it up over the D, and Bearded Pharrell came barreling in to put that one on the far side of the net, just past the defense, and now it is a 4-2 lead, courtesy of the Hammerheads, their first multi-goal lead of the night, and the Headhunters might not just get that sweep they're hoping for.
Oh, and another highlight reel play almost just missed off the crossbar there. Squiddy now trying to get cleared away. They absolutely need to get a goal here in the next minute. The way that, especially with Bearded 4L on the defensive end, you're not going to get that many goals. Speaking of too many goals, Billy Bob, another one.
Billy Bob gets the hat trick, the third hat trick of week 1, and he has quite frankly said, I'm tired of being behind here tonight, K1, and he now has a hat trick and 2 saviors on the night.
And he's been powering up the way I think I've seen Squid powering up. Looks like the Cobbs in the chat, the Cobbs for Bob is what we're seeing here. Getting him the power he needs. A tough shot from Squiddy there. Toaster to follow up. Gets the goal. I believe it's time to say it. Minute left. Down 2 goals. Bucket, do you think there's a chance?
I think there is a chance here, especially after how quick we've seen these Headhunter players score, especially on face-offs, K1. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a minute remaining, and it is only a 2-goal deficit, and this is not a large deficit by any means in Rocket League. Off the ceiling, off the top post, that was almost a highlight reel replay.
That would have been a soul-crushing goal. Getting that goal back for the Headhunters to immediately give one back. Good job and good patience by Toaster in the net. Oh no, Billy Bob able to force it in anyway, gets a 4th goal in this matchup, has absolutely taken this game by storm, taken over, showing why he's the captain, and pretty much putting the nail in the coffin. 3 goals is a lot for 42 seconds.
No question about it. Billy Bob now on the face-off. Squiddy D with the nice kill. Toaster trying to set something up for his teammates. Pass off the wall. Avoidable Clown puts one in!
That's another goal for the rookie sub. I spoke too soon. 2 goals, 35 seconds. Still difficult. Not impossible, however. They needed that goal there, and way to execute. You don't expect to see that from the rookie, but boy, did he come in big time.
Raising his draft stock indeed is the rookie sub now, and he has definitely shown out and exceeded expectations here tonight, especially with the general consensus. Near post now. Nice little clear there by Avoidable Clown. Toaster now trying to go in for the save. Near post again. And there's Robbie with the kisser.
The Hammerheads are giving no sense of hope to these Headhunters. They said, you took the series, but you will not get the sweep. Absolutely not. Goal after goal, responding back and forth. Absolute shootout, as mentioned by our very own Will Six right now. Looking like the Wild West.
Shootout indeed. And ladies and gentlemen, 15 seconds remaining. We will see the Headhunters win the series 2-1 here, but the Hammerheads end the night on top with this absolute flurry of goals scored. And K1, you got to think maybe just some early season jitters, getting the rust kicked out. However, the Headhunters did not look like they were rusty at all, especially with the addition of Avoidable Clown.
Absolutely not. What a statement. Way to come in here and start the season off. I mean, that's how you want to start the season. Going up against the defending champions and going up 2 games on them, almost getting the sweep. But Billy Bob came in with a savior and a hat trick in the game. When Billy Bob's on, the cob is too strong, as the chat seems to say. Wow, what a play from them, and what a matchup. Absolute barn burner for our first matchup of the week here in week 1.
No question about it. And ladies and gentlemen, this wraps up week 1 in the QRLS, and we are just going to give you a quick rundown of the season standings here. courtesy of the Discord's stat sheet. Across the river in the Savage division, the leading team is the Bleacher Boys and Clarity United, who are tied at a 2-1 record. Bleacher Boys winning the tiebreaker at 8 goals for, and then 1 and 2 sits the Speed Demons and the Kings down there at the bottom of the standings for the Savage division. Also on the calculated side, this solidifies the Gold Diggers as the only remaining undefeated team here in the QRLS. They sit atop the league, 3-0 after their big sweep on Wednesday night against the Three Rocketeers, who are 0-3. And as we saw, the Headhunters are now improved to a 2-1 record, sitting comfortably in second in the calculated division, and the Hammerheads now moving to third at 1-2. K1, these standings are shaping up to be good ones.
Yeah, I think we all kind of saw it coming with the MMR cap. Each team can, pretty much any team could beat any team at any given night. The power rankings, what we predicted, we're slowly starting to see what each team has to offer, and it's a lot. There's a lot of good Rocket League being played right now, ladies and gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen, this will wrap up our event for tonight. We cannot thank all of you enough for joining us here in the booth and on the stream. Do not forget to go check out the YouTube channel. This stream's video will be posted to the YouTube before tomorrow and probably before 11 o'clock Eastern time now with 2:25. See how far this YouTube goes and what we have in store for all of you in terms of content. K1, do you have anything else to add before we ship this thing home?
Nothing more than thank you from the bottom of my heart to all the viewers that we get. It's been a lot of fun. Oh man, the cough, the booth cough is real. Can't wait to get out of here. It's pretty squeezed in, but boy, were those some sweaty matches. And thanks everybody for tuning in. Without further ado, I will let you take it away, my friend.
Ladies and gentlemen, do not forget to follow the Discord server and also go check out that YouTube channel. Like and subscribe and do everything you got to do on YouTube. And make sure to keep your eye out on the Facebook page as well to keep posted on when our next matches are and when our streams are. As you can see, the season schedule there on our screen. We have a ton of Rocket League to play this season. However, it is up to you guys to make sure these streams are successful and as active as they were tonight, because that was honestly very amazing. Without further ado, I am Little Bucket 59, the commissioner. Joining me tonight, as always, amazing K1 Killer. And ladies and gentlemen, keep it quick.
Team